Hi and welcome back. As well as the datetime module, used to deal with objects containing both a date and time, we also have a date module and a separate time module. They're used to deal with dates and times separately. In this video, we're going to look at how to time your functions, how long they take to run, using the time module. So how is that going to go? Well, it's going to be really straightforward. Before we run the code that we want to time, we're going to look at the current time. After we run the code, we will also look at the current time, which will be a few seconds or a few milliseconds later. And then we'll subtract one from the other, and that's going to give us the difference between the current time at the start and the current time at the end, and that's going to tell us how long the code took to run. Why might that be useful? Sometimes you won't know whether to use a specific code or something else because you don't know which one's faster if they both do the same thing. For example, should you use list comprehensions or list and map? We're going to look at that in this video. Let's have a look at an example. The first thing we're going to do is import the time module. This has a bunch of functions that you can use to deal with times. And now we're going to come up with a function that we will time. We will look at how long it takes to run. It's going to be a simple function that is called powers and takes in a single argument, which is going to be a number, and then returns a simple list comprehension that does something like this. So it gives you a new list where x is in range limit, so it goes from 0 up to whatever number we give it, and each number is turned to the power of 2. And so it just gives it a bit of calculation there. It's a pretty fast operation, it's really fast, but we can see how long it takes. Okay. Now, just to show you exactly how this works, we are going to print it out, just for you to know what it does. You can see here, it starts at 0, 0 to the power of 2 is 0, then it goes to 1, 1 to the power of 2 is 1, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 3 to the power of 2 is 9, and so forth. Okay. Now, let's start by timing this function. The first thing to do is to get the current time before we run the function. So notice that up in here in line 6, we've not run the function yet, we've only defined it. So what we're going to do is we're going to say start is time.time. Time.time is, time module, and the time function within that module gives you the current time it gives you the current time since 1970. So it gives you the number of seconds that have passed since 1970, and that way you can look at essentially the current time. Now, it gives you it in seconds, but it also includes many decimal places to give you enough precision. So if this were to take only a couple of milliseconds or a couple of nanoseconds, you would still know. This is the current time at the start. Then we are going to do powers of, say, 50,000, 500,000, 500,000. Let's go 500,000. And then we are going to calculate the end time. And as you can see, it's exactly the same thing, but it's after the function has ran. So it gives us, essentially, this can take some time, and then we're going to look at the end time after that has happened. Because remember, these statements happen one after the other. And then we're going to do print end minus start. Remember, end is going to be the larger number. That's the number of seconds passed since 1970. Start is going to be the smaller number because it happened earlier on. So this is going to give us a positive number